If you have started following me on Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, or anywhere, I would hope you have, if only because I surface things that I otherwise don't surface. So I don't record a video about everything that I find. One of the things that I found isn't really a thing, it's a person. A few weeks ago, you might remember us doing a video on software and those with disabilities finding it easier on certain platforms and more difficult on other platforms that didn't support any kind of true accessibility for them. And a comment came in to this particular article, and I see every comment that comes in on blog posts on lockergnome.com, every single one. And it caught my eye. It says, hey, I just did a video on this. And I'm like, okay, what's this video? I clicked the video, and it's a kid, and the title of the video was called One Switch, One Head, The World. I was like, huh. And I watched this video, and I was mesmerized. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. This kid's story, the fact that he uses this little switch at the back of his chair. You may have seen it if you caught me sharing it a few weeks ago. And he controls what happens on his screen by, basically tapping his head against this switch that's connected to his computer. And by the way, I don't know of a bigger Apple fan than this kid, and I love this kid. He even during the video he shows all the Apple products he has. He loves the world of Apple. Of course, he has some PC components in his room as well. So I shared the story because I thought it was an amazing story that this kid was telling how he uses his computer with this one switch on the back of his chair. And I shared it, and he published. I shared it on all the social networks I had, and basically, people came forward and they were jerks, idiots, trolls, whatever you want to call them, less than human people were commenting on this video and saying, rather disparaging things that he just did not deserve. So he took the video down. I wish I would have been able to reach out to him before he did that, but we got him a lot of attention. It's a great story. And so I said, okay, do this again, but next time turn off ratings, turn off comments, turn off all that stuff so that you won't be subjective to that kind of onslaught. And he did. He didn't turn off ratings when he posted the new video, but as soon as he did, the comments were disabled, and I did the same thing. I reshared the video, I got it out there, ended up connecting with my friend Tim over at Engadget. Engadget ran a story on this kid. Christopher Hills is his name, by the way. And then Alyssa Milano ended up picking it up on Twitter. The Verge picked it up as well. And I'm proud to say that Christopher is well on his way to 100,000 views on that video. He's right now at about 72,000. Amazing, amazing, amazing story. In fact, what's most amazing about this is that he's actually going to start doing a video series on YouTube talking about the intersection of technology and disabilities. And that intersection is where he is. And honestly, I've found very few people in all my years online who could, really share that story better than Christopher can. When you watch the video that we're talking about, we linked it, of course, in the article that we wrote. When you share your world, the world shares you. When you have an interesting story to tell, and Christopher's story is certainly very compelling. He edited that video that hopefully you have seen, and if not, you owe it to yourself to watch the video. Really now, a series of videos that he's doing, starting with One Switch, One Head, The World. I have a lot of respect for Christopher in doing what he does, considering the hurdles he has to overcome, things that people like me take for granted, being able to click a mouse button and move a cursor across a screen. He doesn't have the luxury of doing, and yet he's able to do things that some people could only dream of doing. And I guess that just goes to show you that technology can enable everybody. And in the strangest ways. Now Christopher's getting his story out there, and before we had a chance to really have a chance to present Christopher, for the lack of a better word, and to give him, access to a greater audience, I wanted to make sure people knew about him. So we kind of did an interview with Christopher, kind of getting his take on what had happened and where he wants to go and his background with technology in the article that we've linked in this description. When you share your world, the world shares you. So I'm very happy to have a new friend on the other side of the world, and I'm very, I would say, heartened, instead of disheartened. I would have been disheartened if he had not pushed through and published his presence after being dissuaded by so many negative comments. I'm heartened to know that Christopher is pushing forward, and that you may be making a new friend at some point in the near future as well. Share Christopher's story. He deserves it.